Hey everyone, welcome to Kim Yin Yoga. I'm Kim and this is my yoga practice. Today I'm going to show you a sequence for confidence and courage. So let's get started. We'll begin in hero's pose, of course, because we are our own heroes of this journey. Now, you may want to begin by rolling the fleshy part of the calf aside and sitting right between your legs. If that's not right for you, go ahead and bring the heels together and sit down on them. So you find what hero works for you. And just to begin with, we're just going to bring the hands out, fingers spread wide. I am pulling my arms back, pulling my shoulder blades, my scapulas are coming together, and I lift the nose up to the sky in a kind of celebratory reverence for life. Hands right up over the head and down to the heart. Namaste. Let's begin. To start with, we're going to activate the meridian known as Jingling. And you know how when you get upset, or in a cartoon, you're a cartoon character and you get upset, you want to exaggerate it. We pinch the bridge of the nose and we just go, oh. That's Jingling. Okay, it's that area, but we're not going to do it like this because that conjures that archetype of exasperation. We're just going to take the fingers, lay one on either side of the bridge of the nose. It's kind of over the lacrimal ducts, over your tear ducts, and up into the top of the orbit, on the medial orbit of the eyes. And we're just going to take 3 long, slow, deep breaths with a blanket of pressure across these 2 jingling points. Deep breath in. Exhale, exhale it out. Deep breath in and the chest rises. Exhale everything out. One more, deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lift the fingers off. Slowly release the pressure. Shake out the hands. Shake the upper body a bit. And we'll go into another confidence posture. Palms laterally across the thighs, elbows out. Pinch the shoulder blades back together. The chest is up and out. Deep breath in. Exhale, exhale it out. All right. Our first pose now is going to be over into the staff or stick pose as a little counter pose for what we've activated here in the legs. If you were in the saddle pose. Here, depending on where you're at with your spine and probably your hamstrings, you may be able to sit very straight up like this in staff or stick, Dandasana, or if that's too much, you can bend the knees a little and lean it back. Find your stick pose. I'm going to pull my kneecaps up and activate the legs such that my heels come straight up off the ground for a deep breath in. And then exhale everything out. All right. From here, over onto all fours, a neutral spine. We're just going to do 1 cat-cow to loosen up the spine for what it has to do next. And I'm pointing my elbow creases together, activating towards each other to keep from hyperflexing the elbows. Deep breath up into cow. Exhaling it all out in cat. Oh yeah, that feels great. And I'm going to walk my knees forward towards the backs of my hands, continue that rolling move. I have enough room here. Much scooch forward. And I'm going into Supta Vrasana. It's as supta as you want it to be. Supta means we're reclining backwards. So saddle pose or Vrasana, you may feel all you need to feel in the world right here. You might have your edge here. You may be ready with a bolster and have that tucked under so that you're going to be, that's actually really nice, isn't it? Oh my God. Okay, it might be like that. I highly recommend that if you're working your way towards flat back. You might be on your elbows, but we're heading south, down onto the mat. This Supta Vrasana, we aren't going for the big rainbow arch here. We're going for flat back. So I like to kind of Charlie horse my hips, tip the pelvis up. I want to think about keeping my knees together to start with, but then it's yin, so we're going to let everything relax once we find the edge. So you find your edge here. You've already been here almost a minute, so that's something. Arms up over the head. Hello, beautiful. Maybe cactus arms. I'm going to cactus arms because I might be running out of space. And from here, wherever your edge is, take a deep breath in and relax. And we'll just be here for another bit of time. You might want to close the eyes or have a soft drishti. And just notice the rise and fall of your breath. Soften the eyes, soften the neck. Make sure the butt's not clenching, the thighs are relaxed. Feet and hands are relaxed. And let everything go. And we're activating the meridian, bladder and urinary meridian, that is so wonderful for building confidence and giving us courage to make choices that are authentic, choices in align with our true self. Three more long, slow, deep breaths. Breathing into the sensation, then exhaling, exhaling, exhaling everything out. On the third exhale, final exhale out, we're going to come back up, and we're going to come back up slowly. I like to put my hands on my heels and just get my elbows in there to help. And come straight back up. And right on over, I'm shifting to the side, bringing that left leg out first. Oh, and stretching back out to visit Dandasana again, because the legs are going to really appreciate this, you will find. Straight legs, Dandasana. Activate the legs, kneecaps up, spine straight. Deep breath in, the heels are off the mat, and then exhale. Let everything go. You might want to shake the legs. A little rub. And then we'll go into a wonderful counter pose, the counter pose of sleeping possum. Okay, so it's legs up the imaginary wall. I'm going to have my legs up here. Up the imaginary wall. Doesn't matter if your knees are bent. You don't have to have your legs straight. You put them where you want, because we're just going to melt into this posture. Point the toes, point the hands up to the ceiling, up, 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 and then let it all just relax. Play with where you want your feet. I'm bringing mine a little forward so I get more support on my lower back, which I'm starting to feel right now. And my shoulders are melting down into the mat, so I'm not holding them up like this. And go ahead and let them find their support of the earth. My pelvis is nice and strongly resting into the mat. One more deep breath here. And on the exhale, I'm going to bend the knees, toes together, knees go wide, and you might just be like this. That's fine wherever you're at, or you may nest your knees into your elbow creases, grab your wrists, and do one manchakchia, little isometric move, such that we are pushing the knees out, the elbow creases are holding them in. I can feel my sits bones expanding left to right. My sacrum is flat on the mat. Deep breath in. And then as I exhale it out, I'm in the perfect place to drop, I have to scoot a little, drop my feet down, feet together, knees wide, and into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly, reclined cobbler's pose. There's too much gravity pulling your legs down it just feels like, oh, this is too much edge. You can get a towel. My towel is not within arm's reach right now. Just get a towel and fold it up, and you can put one folded towel under each knee. But don't put it above the edge, because you're in the process of opening up your hips. So you want gravity to find that edge and to stretch out the fascia, to really put some good stress on the hip joints. While you're down here, you can do a isometric where you push the soles of your feet and toes together for a breath, and then exhale it out. I'm going to just rest my hands on my belly. You can rest them on the elbow creases. Not your elbow creases, your hip creases. How would I do? Okay, that would be genie pose, but I'm going to put my hands on my belly and lace my fingers together. And I like this because I can feel the abdomen rise and fall with each breath. We're going to be here for another minute. 3 long, slow, deep breaths here. And as you exhale out the third breath, bring your hands down and let them help you. Let them bring the knees together. It's a strong stretch on the hip joints. And now we're going to do a counter pose to rotate the hips internally instead of externally. We'll start to the left. Heel toe the feet over to the left. And then just let the knees fall where they may towards the right-hand corner of the mat. Now, this may not be quite enough on this. We're going for the left hip here in particular. So I'm going to lift my right leg and I'm going to lay it on top. And that gives me an actual stretch in the left hip. I'm going to go ahead and reach my arms straight up over. You may still want them at the side or you may want them on the belly. I'm reaching straight up over so I can get some extra side body stretch in this. And we're going to take 3 long, slow, deep breaths here. And on the third breath, as you exhale it out, lift that right leg off of the left foot. Bring your knees back together. And we'll just go straight over and do the other side. So heel toe, over to the right side of the mat. My knees fall down towards the left-hand corner of the mat. Each side's different, but we're not looking to majorly stack the hips. You're not going to keep both hips flat on the back. There's going to be a rainbow arch here, but I don't want to lift this up to, I'm not doing this number. I'm looking to open up, stretch this hip internally. So I go ahead and bring my left leg up, or it could be just your heel, up to the top of that right leg. And I'm reaching up, I'm reaching up overhead because I want to get a stretch out of it as well. Now on the exhale, I'm thinking about my lumbar spine moving down towards the mat. So I'm actually activating my core and pushing my spine down towards the mat as I stretch out and add the weight to the right knee. Lots of stuff going on here for this counter stretch. One more long, slow, deep breath in. And then exhale everything out. Flat on the back, big stretch. My hands are already there, ready for it. Stretch, I'm arching my back this time. Hands come down to the mat. Wiggle it out. You know Wiggleasana. Epicenter on the hips. And just wiggle, relax everything, wiggle, deep breath in. Sigh it out. Another deep breath in. Sigh it out. Okay. Bring your feet back to the mat, knees up. I'm rolling this way to come back up. And pushing slowly back up into your comfortable pose of your choice. Sukhasana is fine. I've got my hands on my knees. I am lifting my chest forward. I'm going to add my hands as we did in the beginning. Feel the difference. Feel the stretch, the space, your space that you deserve to take. Take up that space. Deep breath in. Hands together overhead. Bring them down to Anjali Mudra. My chest is lifting to the sky. And I will bow my head in reverence to all life. Namaste.